Free speech is essential to a functioning democracy. And when America entered the war, and when Roosevelt made his famous Four Freedoms speech, we are fighting for four freedoms: freedom of speech and religion, freedom from hunger and fear. Free speech was the first freedom. And that is why, when his wife Eleanor led the drafting of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, free speech features so finely in Article 19. The most important immediate effect of Article 19 was that it went into Article 10 of the European Convention on Human Rights. And the European Convention, in Article 10, carrying the banner of Article 19, has been a very important, one of the most important factor in protecting and developing free speech in Europe. But the last 2 years have seen 8 or 9 cases in which the European Court has held against the press and developed some dangerous doctrines. The first dangerous weakness of this court is its refusal to abolish criminal libel, or criminal insult laws. It is the mark of any advanced society that journalists are not put in prison or threatened with prison for doing their job. And in the criminal insult laws, criminal libel laws throughout Europe, journalists are. I think there is a serious question here of in the last 2 years, the decline in press freedom support given by the European Court of Human Rights and the caliber of the new judges who seem to lack an understanding of what press freedom is all about. The UN can do nothing about these developments, nor can the British Commonwealth of Nations, which is a pretty pathetic organisation. What I do believe is necessary is some kind of leadership on these two issues at which the UN is useless: democracy and free speech. It is very difficult. I've been involved in a problem with the killing of journalists in war. It's not a war crime to kill a journalist, except that it's a war crime to kill civilians. But, of course, the journalist is targeted in war because he's not a civilian, because he's a journalist, she is a journalist. But it's difficult. There is no organisation with that kind of links. There are many organisations like this one that support journalistic freedoms. But I'm afraid that for all the achievements of Article 9 and its spin-offs in Article 10 and other articles in other human rights conventions, we are at the moment in a period of backsliding. Freedom of the press is not seen as important when we've got Guantanamo Bay and Abu Ghraib. It's become a sort of lesser human right. The United Nations is ill-equipped to enforce it. The European Court, which has been the great achiever of journalistic freedom, is backsliding. So there is a lot more to be done on this 60th anniversary to ensure that freedom of speech becomes the first freedom that Franklin Roosevelt announced in 1941.